All right, so you're doing the shop tours. What are your? Give me some impressions. Like I always love doing that because it's
Shop
always
tours?
yeah, it's always fun to see like where the magic happens for certain teams.
Yeah. Shop tours are some of the most fun I have. And they're some of the best performing videos because everybody wants to see
they love that.
what those shops look like, how it gets done behind the scenes, whether it's the Garage Mahal of Noah Corner Shop at Mid-State Site Development
Garage Mahal.
or a 2-car bay garage like Travis Hydar's. Like Hydar's is just at his house. It's a 2-bay garage.
Right.
We can barely fit our equipment in there. And he's a street stock champion and also the all-time win leader.
Right.
So it's so many different sizes and layouts. You know, Rocco and Owen have the big shops, and you go to Talman. His car is kept at his parents' house, both the SK and the 604. I love it because you just get to observe how things get done and get a taste of what goes on behind the scenes.
And they're more comfortable when you go to them.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're in their environment.
And the shop tours are more informal.
Yeah.
It's not like an interview face-to-face where I ask questions and they answer. Like, it's just more of, all right, show me what you have. Have at it. Just be you.
What's Amanda's shop like?
So that's at her family's grounds, and they have Rory's vintage car, her car, one of her cars. You could fit 3 cars in that shop, so it's like 2
That's
and then 1 in the
size.
back.
Yeah.
It's a decent size. Rory also does a lot of his kart business there with the engines and such. So it's a decent size shop. When there's 2 cars, when there's 3 cars, it's very crowded. So we tried to do a green screen session in there, and it was a hassle. There was no room laterally or vertically in terms of setting up that green screen.
What about the Chapmans? You ever been to their
Their
shop?
place is huge.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
am an idiot because I did do a shop tour with them, and I forgot to copy the video over, and I formatted the card.
No.
Yes,
Oh, no
I did do
shot.
that.
That's the worst.
Rookie mistake.
Right?
So I still owe them a shop tour. They have a huge shop.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's right across from their house in Ellington, and it's gorgeous. It's clean, and
That totally makes sense. I could totally see that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of big shops, but there's a lot of tiny shops too. Like Burt Willett and Sean Petlock.
Yeah.
They call their place the Shenanigan, like shenanigans, but the Shenanigan because it's in a little Quonset hut type building. And when they had those cars and Jason Raymond's car, it was crowded. It was really crowded to get through. But that's just what makes it fun. And
Yeah,
if
they
it
have
works
a
for
good-
them, it works
yeah.
for them.
They have a good time.
What
like
about
that.
Adam Gray? I feel like he would have a tiny shop.
They have, it's not at his house. So it's a different building in Granby. And it can fit 3 cars.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's like 2 one way and then an L shape, and you could fit another car. So it's a decent size. Just saying, you can watch all the shop tours on Stafford Speedway's YouTube channel. Shameless plug. Because we have toured a lot of these shops. Actually, I think there's a smaller list of those that we haven't toured yet.
Yeah, so you're doing top 5 for 5 divisions, right? So that's 25.
Yeah, but not for
Visits,
shop
okay.
tours, just for interviews. We've done a couple shop tours with some of those guys.
Oh, so that's different.
Yeah, these
So-
are shop visits. So we visit these shops to interview them about their season, and depending
Right.
on the shop, we might do a shop tour as long
I see
as
what
Kyle
you're saying.
and I are there.
I see what
Kyle
you're saying.
missed some shop visits this year, so I couldn't do it on my own.
Got
but
it.
like, we just toured Chris Vian's shop up in Putnam. So that'll be a video later on once we get through the holidays.
How about juniors? Have you been to there since they relocated?
No, they're very secretive.
Yeah.
So-
So they don't let you?
No, I haven't asked.
Yeah.
But knowing old man Michael, like he's very secretive with his stuff, so he wouldn't really want to do a shop tour. So there's still some shops that I have kind of on my list. But right now the focus is just getting these interviews and season recaps done, and then we'll focus on shop tours later on.
What about Waterman? You been to his shop?
We interviewed Waterman at I think it's his house. Small 2-bay garage. We didn't do a shop tour there, but we don't even know if he's racing full time next year.
Yeah.
So that's also a thing is we need to know if you're racing full time next year.
Yeah,
Because who's going to do a shop tour for
Right.
a team that's not going to race at Stafford all year?
No, I get why you wouldn't go there this year, but I didn't know if you had in the last couple of seasons.
No, we went there when he won the title, but did not do a tour.
And what about Gambacorta?
So he had a shop tour done back in 16
Damn.
with Joe Koss or Darren Ayotte, one of those two.
Yep.
So maybe we'll do one now that's been 8 years. Because, like, you know, we did shop tours with Rocco and Owen years ago as well in that same time period. But since then, they've had extensions.
Right.
So there's something different to look at. So Kevin was in my thoughts for a shop tour. I'm not 100% sure yet because I'm not sure if much has changed about the shop or if it's the same place.
Yeah. So what's the determining factor of you saying, okay, and more than just a visit, let's do a shop tour with these guys?
It's kind of just random. I don't really have a method per se.
So you're not saying these 5 guys won the championships. Let me call them first and see if they want to do a shop tour. It's not.
No. I think we were going to do one for winter, but I was solo, so that would have been really hard to do.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on the feel. Like, there's no real particular method to it.
Yeah,
It's just thinking of random drivers, especially drivers who aren't at the top all the time. Because it's nice to get the top guys, but you also want to get some, for lack of a better term, mid-card guys and
everyone's
gals.
invested, right?
Yeah.
What about the Fullers? You ever been to theirs?
Well, Meg's car is kept at Rocco's.
Yeah, but is that the same car she drives to all the tracks?
I think
The other ones are Rocco's too.
So they don't
Yeah.
maintain any of the cars themselves?
they don't have their own shop, really. Sometimes they'll keep a car at Rick Fuller's business, but all the work, I think, gets done at Rocco's.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you don't know what somebody's life is like, but you just, like, to me, Rick Fuller's like a modified legend. It seems weird that he wouldn't house anything at his house or at his own shop. You know what I mean?
When we interviewed Megan for the street stocks, the car was at Rick's business, but now with the SK Light being Rocco's, I think it's primarily at the Rocco shop. Is Hubby's car kept at Rocco's?
No.
They keep it at their place at Busy Bees.
No, at their house, their car they keep at their house. They have a 2-bay garage or 3-bay garage.
Oh,
at
because
home.
I know their old cars were kept at Busy Bees, like
Yeah,
the garage. There's
they
like a space area next to Busy
Yeah,
Bees.
they left that place. So
Oh, okay.
they're back home, and then obviously Rocco's car. I just asked Nick. He says after Thanksgiving we're hitting it hard. Back at Rocco's for Stafford
Okay.
again. So
Yeah, so it's just a feel and just depends on, you know, who we've had in the past in terms of what division and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of, there's no real method to it.